Yo, for a show I've been watching right now called Has No Tell. And you see all this shit about its fans and its fucking show itself, the whole fandom around it. Like for me, I wouldn't say I'm much of a fan because I do happen to disagree with a lot of themes and messages of the show. But I think the concept of the show itself is extremely interesting. But not necessarily played out in a good way. But hey, shit happens and it's indie. It started off as a small thing and became a big thing. It just shows what you can do for a little bit of time and a little bit of energy. A little extra of those things, of course. And something in the show I was pretty adamant about was the fact I do support Heaven. Like, I watched the main characters, I seen the show, both seasons, even some fan content, right? And I still side of Heaven. For the most part, I do, but hey, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And the character I majorly supported was Adam. For one, he's like one of the best characters, the funniest, and actually one of the strongest within the series. And ever since his debut, no fraud watch has been upon him, bro. And I truly do believe, and I'm going to die on this hill, is that Adam was right for what he did. And to be honest, he was extremely light on the sinners, bro. If I was Adam, or I was in his position, bro, there wouldn't even be talk of the matter, bro. Like the fact I would even allow them to like know of my existence and look at me, bro. That's just like a slimmer of the mercy of Adam has for them, bro. Cause look at it from his point of view, bro. You're just spawned in and immediately gain one of the biggest and craziest titles of all time. The title being the first human. Like, that's just crazy in itself. You are the first of billions. And the second you were created, you was the greatest, in a sense, living thing on Earth. Because like those animals and stuff, right? But things of the humans are above animals, and Adam was supposed to rule over them and take care of them. So the second he spawned in, he gained the title, the express and only title someone would get of being the first person ever, as well as the fact being the ruler of the animals. And if I remember correctly, and he basically lives, like in the most literal sense, heaven on earth. And then you want a lover of your own. The same type of lover, someone to take care of you and be there for you. And all of the other things. And then living for quite some time, eating the very best fruits. Like, just imagine the fruits and foods Adam and Eve ate. Because after them, the world became more corrupt and corrupt as time went on. So the fruits and foods they were eating in the Garden of Eden was like pure. There was no evil, bro. Right? So just imagine how amazing it tasted. And how innocent and pure Adam and Eve was before the fall. Because, even at, I guess, when they were created, or they were already the age of human adults, or just like created as that, they looked at each other naked and had no reaction. Because to them, being naked wasn't like impure or like inappropriate thing to be around someone else. They just literally couldn't think in that way. In a sense, they were like children the same way. If I remember correctly in the Bible, it's like you have to be like have a childlike mind to follow God or something like that, or you have to be as if you were children. I'm just prefacing this to say how amazing it was, and he lived even after the fall. He lived for like 100 or 400, 100 something years, like hundreds of years. I guess since the earth wasn't so corrupt, you just had more positive energy in a sense, I guess. So you're just able to live longer. But because the earth was dying, like being more corrupted and corrupted, it's showing human life expectancy because, the air, the energy, everything around you. But, and somebody who was like close to God, like his right hand man, basically, or someone up there in that pillars, like was so like sick and twisted that he couldn't have everything. He wanted to be everything. He wanted to be God, Lucifer, you know what I'm saying? And tricks your wife into eating the apple, right? And subsequently she giving you the apple and you eating it. And bam, you literally messed things up for 16 billion people. Maybe not 16 billion, because in my head, right, if there was billions of people before and the earth just hit 8 billion people just like 2 years ago, then there had to have been more people alive. You know what I'm saying? From then to the very end of human time, which is, hasn't happened yet, which is cool. But because of Lucifer's actions, Adam had to watch his entire family crumble and die. And when I say family, I don't mean his first initial sons and them. I mean literally all of humanity, right? Because because in heaven they could look down on the humans, they could watch them. And since Adam was effectively immortal from dying, becoming an angel, an archangel at that, he had to watch and witness his children be slaughtered, raped, murdered, and all other horrible atrocities. He has to witness it and watch it for like billions and millions of years. From the very first human to die to the very last human to die when when it all goes down. He had to witness every traumatic event, every natural disaster, every terrorist attack, having to watch his children kill each other and die and try to even survive for almost all of eternity. That's like a crazy punishment, because what Lucifer did to Adam, like Lucifer being sent to hell within the show, like, is like a billion times better than what Adam had to go through. Because the hell on Hazbin Hotel, there's like two things I'm thinking. One, it was already like that. Or two, it was like the fire and brimstone hell that we all think of before heaven made it more nicer for them or whatever. But I'm just thinking hell was always just that space, and it was just, basically like Earth, but, not as cool and not as good as heaven could be. And Lucifer is just there. He's just there with his family. And Lucifer could literally do virtually what he wants. All the fuck ups with Lucifer's family and shit, that's all on him. But almost forever and ever, Adam will have to continuously watch and be tortured by that. Can you imagine how painful that is? To watch the very beings you created, in a sense. You are their father, and you have to sit and watch them suffer. And not once, when Adam's heart got cold and he saw his children in hell, literally, I guess within the show, you could escape hell by doing something righteous and good. With Serpentius, he was selfless and sacrificed his very own life, eternity, to protect the people he cared about. You're telling me not once, within the millions and billions and billions and billions of eternal gang fights in hell, not one time did somebody take an angelic blade to the chest for someone they care about? You telling me not one single time? You say from caveman era to their era, which is I assume I'll call it 2025 or 2020, somewhere in the 2020s or 20s, right? And I'm assuming the show goes with the fact that the Earth was billions and billions of caveman Neanderthals, right? So I'm going with that idea in mind, that that's humanity's starting point and not like past caveman, past chimps. For the sake of the video, he has to watch his children. I feel like that's one of the worst parts. Like, that's why I'm like iterating that so much and speaking on it for so long, because it's just so like fucked up, bro. He has to watch his children in real time curate bows to shoot each other from afar and hurt each other, to nukes, gas chambers. Like, humanity spent billions and billions of years more time trying to find ways to torture and kill each other than to help each other, right? The Earth could like be a utopia 10 times over by now, right? And then after all those years, all those billions and billions of years, right? This girl, the daughter, the fucking daughter, she was thought like this. The fact that his daughter came up to him like, yo, bro, shit tough down there. Like the punishment's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact, if I was Adam, bro, she would got eviscerated, bro. There should be no reality. You walk up in my crib, like you had a billion and like it's a time, like how much fucking time it was You tell me you had like Charlie was alive. No, Charlie was alive for like 120 years or whatever, right? Like you're telling me you walk up to my crib, you look at me dead in my eyes, tell me a purposely failing plan. That shit, like maybe Adam has some sort of future sight. He's seen it time and time again. Even on Earth, that's why I thought I would have trusted his decision because like he's watching humanity, right? He sees every single failed peace deal, every failed negotiation plots during wars. So he knows failing plans like a motherfucker. And he had the most ultimate right to reject the plan and continue the exterminations. Cause like the plan didn't work. Her plan really didn't work because at post war with Adam and his eventual death, almost every single denizen you see visit the hotel and try to join it. It wasn't even for the sake purpose of getting better and having wanted a legitimate repent and change. It was for the sake of themselves and wanting to kill the angels or do whatever they want with them. So Adam was correct every single time. And I don't know why heaven is even fearful of hell. Because their technology is so advanced. It's almost insane. Like I'll explain deeper maybe in another video of how like it just doesn't make sense for how heaven, yeah, even with extremely less soldiers and people willing to fight, even with way less, the technology difference is way too ridiculous. Like all it takes is one time someone opening a portal from heaven and just dropping a nuke, bro, or some bullshit like that. But hey, man, that's what I think. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comment below. All right, good luck, homies. Peace out, Girl Scouts.